Going on Jerome's. So it's Tuesday, so you've had some time to have your little funeral after the Vikings allegedly lost the Lions, whatever. But bottom line, this team is still 10-3, still entrenched in the 2 seed, and the 2 seed is going to be really important. And obviously it's something that they need to fight for and secure. Well, 1 seed has gone bye-bye, since probably not going to be catching the Eagles, since the Vikings have to finish a game ahead of them, since the Eagles have the head-to-head. Whatever. But focusing on the 2 seed, focus on what you can control, win a game on Saturday against the Colts, and everything's going to take care of itself. So the Vikings currently in the 2 seed at 10-3. You got the San Francisco 49ers in the 3 seed at 9-4. Because they're playing pretty good. But they are going to miss Debo for a stretch. But the Niners are playing some good football, man. So it is possible that the Vikings could lose out on the 2 seed to the Niners, fall to the 3 seed. It's unlikely that they could fall to the 4 seed unless they lose out all their games, and then the Bucs win out and they both finish 10-7. The Bucs would finish with a better conference record. But I don't want to hear, well, it's obviously possible. Shut up. Shut up. And also, before we get all the comments like, oh, it doesn't matter where we are in playoff seeding, we're going to be 1 done anyway. Shut up. Shut your face. Shut your mouth. That's right. But I think that Sunday could have been a beautiful wake-up call that Kevin O'Connell, you could tell that O'Connell, it's aching at him that he has to make a tough decision now, because he's got to get rid of Donatell. They got to start blitzing the living piss out of opposing quarterbacks. And it's like, oh, what's the worst that can happen? You give up the most yards in the league. Guess what? They already did. Yeah, but so tiebreaker-wise, since the Vikings and the Niners have not played head-to-head this season, it does come down to conference record. Currently, the Vikings are 6-3, the Niners are 7-2. So beep, bop, bop, oh, boop. Both teams have 3 conference games left and 1 out-of-conference game. And as of right now, if the Niners do catch the Vikings in the record and they're tied, they would have a better conference record. So unfortunately, they would have the higher seed. But looking at remaining games. So this Thursday, Vikings fans, we need to be Seahawks fans. 12 for life. 12 for life. So Seahawks one time take it to the Niners. Also, Brock Purdy's getting some x-rays done on his ribs. So it's possible with the short week that maybe he'll miss. As weird as it sounds, like, it's going to be big if they miss Brock Purdy. Whatever. Then they're hosting Washington. The Commies still fighting and scrapping for a playoff spot. That is on Saturday. Ooh, that's the game right after Vikings and Giants. And then also you have visiting the Raiders, which, I don't know. I feel like that's going to be a mess. Like, fan bases that do not really like each other, and you'd be surprised. So Raiders and the Niners. Yeah, and then you're hosting Arizona, whatever there. The Vikings, of course, hosting the Colts, hosting the Giants, and then you're at Green Bay, at Chicago as well. So the Vikings, they just need to hold serve. Going back to the standings, if the Vikings win out, and if the Niners win out, the Vikings will be 14-3, the Niners will be 13-4. So obviously the Vikings will have the 2 seed there. But if the Vikings do drop a game and the Niners gain some ground, and then the Niners could have the advantage with the conference record tiebreaker. So that would be unfortunate there. But just looking at right now. So here's why it's important to hold the 2 seed versus the 3 seed. And again, miss me with the whole emo. Well, it doesn't matter. Now, I'm not talking about grooving a playoff matchup, because I think that's bad karma. I think that's bad juju. You don't want to do that. But looking, if the Vikings do all down the 2 seed, it's like, oh, but what if they play the Seahawks? Oh, what if they play the Lions? What if? They still have to come into U.S. Bank Stadium in a playoff atmosphere and beat Justin friggin' Jefferson and Kirk Cousins. And maybe that defense. I don't know. But if the season ended today, this is what the NFC playoff bracket would look like. So the Eagles have the 1 seed. Vikings will be hosting the G-Men in the wild card round. Niners will be hosting the Commies. And the Bucs will be hosting the Cowboys. Even though the Cowboys have a 4-game better record. Probably even more by the end of the season. Or, hell, the Panthers could win this division, which is amazing. It's amazing, man. But so just for sake of argument, let's say this is how the wild card weekend goes down. So the Vikings beat the Giants, the Niners beat the Commies, and then the Cowboys go on the road and beat the Buccaneers. So look at the remaining seeds. So now the Eagles would obviously be hosting the number 5 Cowboys, which would be hilarious. Be hilarious. I mean, there's going to be some bad blood. There's going to be some hurt feelings after that game. And then, look, so the Vikings at the 2 seed would be hosting the 3 seed Niners. So the difference between the 2 and the 3 seed in the specific scenario would be hosting the divisional round game. So beep, bop, bop, boop, hosting 2 playoff games is better than hosting 1 playoff game, etc. Plus, it does give the Vikings an opening here where, hey, weird things happen. Maybe the Cowboys go on the road in Philly beat the Eagles, and all of a sudden the Vikings, their defense gets their ish together. They get after Brock Purdy, and guess what? They beat the 49ers, even though the Niners probably be betting favorites in this situation. All of a sudden, look who would be hosting the NFC title game. Vikings hosting the Cowboys. Nothing bad has ever happened when the Vikings hosted the Cowboys, but it would be clear revenge season. Absolutely, it would be. But, of course, that's getting ahead of ourselves. And, no, I don't want to hear, it doesn't matter because they're going to lose a playoff game. No. Shut your face. This offense can stand and trade with anyone in this league. The defense can be opportunistic, both in getting sacks and getting turnovers, but they just have to get their ish together. They have to create pressure on the quarterback. They got to manufacture it if they can't get it rushing 4, and they got to go from there. So it is important that the Vikings take care of their own business. And maybe it would be nice if the Niners slipped up Thursday, give the Vikings a little bit of breathing room, but the 2 seed is important. 1 seeds, we said bye-bye to that one, but it's okay. Secure the 2 seed, and guess what? Get that defense going, and strange things can happen. Because there's never been a Super Bowl champion who had struggled to find itself in December. Never. But your thoughts are thoughts. Why it's important that the Vikings secure that 2 seed. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work, put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.